Welcome to Do the Talk podcast. This is a real estate podcast that teaches regular people how to invest in real estate. I am your host, Ibrahim Ojerinde, and my co host is Ahmed Lawal. We are committed, as always, to make real estate investing seamlessly as much as possible. So, if you are trying to learn and grow in real estate investment, you have come to the right place. I must tell you, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You will have to put in the work, but believe me, things will fall in place. Ahmed, we are 10 minutes late. So we need to, honestly, we sincerely apologize for um, this. It was a technical glitch, and we are still experiencing a little glitches. I'm sure some of you guys have heard glitches before, but this is not the INEC glitch. We can explain this. This is technical glitch, and we are sincerely we're sincerely sorry, and we hope this show it's gonna be interesting. Forgive us, Ahmed. What do we have today?
It's a topic that a lot of people, sort out question in real estate. But let's welcome our audience. Thank you guys for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you back here today. And yeah, like we always say every week, uh, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any question, like we do say as well, we want this to be interactive session. Please drop your question, comments, constructive concern in the chat box, comment box, anywhere you're watching us from, Facebook, uh, YouTube, anywhere you're watching us from, and it will come directly to us, and we can answer your question. Share this to your friends so that they can benefit from this knowledge as well. Going inside LLC. So that's why our topic is about LLC and real estate, because those two is like the most sought out outer questions in real estate. A lot of people, oh, do I have to create an LLC before I can buy a house? Those are the things that we're going to be talking about today. A little disclaimer: we are not an attorney or CPA, so if everybody situation is going to be different. We strongly recommend that you consult your CPA or an attorney uh, concerning your particular situation. We are just going to be giving out general information today. So Ibrahim, can you get us going?
Yeah, thank you for passing that back to me. Audience, we are so sorry, and we're gonna start now, and we believe you're going to enjoy this episode. Um, you know, Thanks for hanging in there. So today we want to talk about LLC and real estate. Um, of course, you can use LLC for any other business, but we want to focus on real estate because that's what we always talk about in this program. It's basically on real estate. So, what is LLC? First of all, LLC is the limited liability company. So your liability is limited. It is a business entity that you create so that your name is out of, like, directly out of the business. It's like the LLC represent you as a person. You have your tax ID, your company name, and those are the one that you present to the public and to your, for taxes or any other kind of thing. So LLC is basically, a one of the um, business entity that you can create for your business. Now, why will people do LLC when they are trying to do real estate? Okay, so there are various reasons why you have to do LLC to, help your business. First, you want to look at the benefit of that LLC, which is I have like about five of them that I'm going to go over today. The first one is that it gives your business a professional image. Imagine you want to do a business with someone and that person named that business, his name or her name, and you knowing that this person has not registered that business with the appropriate authority, compared to someone who has registered, follow the rules, um, you know, label the company. Naturally, you feel like the person who has done all those normal requirement, has something, to offer, just because it gives your business that good image. That besides you are registered with the government, they see your business as more legit. Okay, that's one of the benefit. Now, the other thing about LLC is that LLC, just like it sounds, is a limited liability. It is a kind of business entity that you can literally be a member and also be a owner. You can easily transfer that entity to someone else, or someone else join you in that same entity. It is very flexible. That's the second one. It's very flexible. So that's, flexible in the sense that you can be a LLC and also have a partner. You can be a LLC, be a single person, a sole, one individual LLC. You know, also another thing I want to talk about is the tax benefit. LLC is flexible. You can change from, when you want to file your taxes, you can file in different ways, like C corp, S corp, sole proprietorship, different method of filing. But LLC give you that opportunity to go from, like to give you that chance to pick which one works for you, compared to other kind of entity where you are basically, stuck with one or two. But LLC is more flexible on that. So tax wise, LLC is good. But we are not here to talk about, like, the- give you all the details about taxes, because we're not a CPA or or tax attorney. But we are just trying to let you understand that LLC has a great benefit towards taxes, especially when you consult a CPA or tax strategist. They will guide you, and they probably will tell you to go with LLC, especially if you are an individual or few people, one or two people. Um, LLC also, another good thing about LLC is that you can literally use that to take away liability off your name. Like, there are different ways to it where you can do like a holding, like a trust, like all that. So there are different ways. You need to talk to the real estate attorney to guide you on that. But it is very um it is an entity that is very useful for common man. It's easy to access. You can, easily register it. It's very cheap. It's not expensive to create. So people love that just because it works well with real estate, especially the new, like when you're a small business. LLC is most likely the best for you in most cases. Um, it is. Ahmed, I'll let you continue from here. Ahmed, what? Why do you think
Y-
people?
Yeah, so thank you for. Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, why do you think, when we talk about business, especially real estate, what comes to mind is LLC. Like when you are trying to look for an entity that you need to create. I've mentioned tax and all that. Um, I know there might be more to it. So what else do you think makes people, that when you talk about tax entity or like business entity, you think about LLC first before any other kind of business?
Yeah, thank you for enlightening us on that hand. So, but basically, as a startup, LLC, I think the reason why LLC usually come up more frequently is because it's easy to actually create LLC. you know
Yeah.
it's not as complicated as you are going towards general partnership, limited partnership. You are going towards S corp, C corp, and all that, and other structuring, asset protection, in real estate. LSC is really, really affordable, and it's like the basic, you know, uh, asset protection that's it's really readily available for everybody. So that is why it's usually, I think, in my own opinion, I think that is why it's usually what everybody always talked about. But just like you said, LLC creates this layer of protection as well as branding for the owner. So it's kind of uh getting them a little away from their assets, and still give them the way to control it. Still give them 100% control.
Yeah.
So that is a good thing. Not good in taxes and operation flexibility as well. Documentation wise, LLC is not as complex as all other,
Okay.
uh, asset protection strategies.
Okay. So I have a question for you.
When we are talking about doing trust, there are multiple type of trust. When we are talking about doing holding company, doing asset protection, LSC is flexible documentation wise. So that is another reason why I think a lot of people lean towards LLC more. While we have discussed all these benefits of LLC, I will also like us to, hit on some disadvantage, a day-to-day or a regular or a startup real estate investor might want to consider when So, number one is it makes it a little, complicated when you are trying to get a bank. So what I mean by making it complicated is, from lending perspective, you know, real estate is subdivided into two categories. The number one is residential uh, lending, which starts from unit one, single family unit, to having a 4 unit in the same house. And anything from five to infinity is considered commercial lending. So we have residential lending and we have commercial lending. So LSC make this lending complicated because residential lending is created, it's not created for business, really. And LLC make you seem like a business to this lender, because they know that, okay, if you guarantee a loan from them, they can easily hold you accountable for it. Even though it's the same with LLC, they still feel like, it's something, it's like a barrier that makes them feel like they don't want to learn to, there's a way to go around that, which, we can go on and on that. I don't want to branch too much. I'm just going to mention two. Is to use DSCR, use DSCR loan. DSCR most LLC, they will lend to you through your LLC if they're doing DSCR. Most of them, I'm not saying all, but most of them will lend to you through your LLC. Another thing is to get the property. on your name. Then after you close on that, maybe 6 months, a year down the line, then you transfer the property from being on your name now to an LLC. The caveat to that, or the downside to that, is that if it is not done the right way, can trigger a due on sale clause. And if that is triggered, a bank can come back and challenge you. For all the time I've been in real estate, I've never seen a due on sale that got called actually happens. There are multiple ways you can resolve it. You just have to talk to an expert that can explain it to you. So even though the lender can come and call the due on sale on you, that is not something you need to panic on. Really, it is solvable. It is a problem that people have worked out thousands of time, and I've never seen any property get lost to due on sale. So we just have to a bad idea. But if you just want to start up and started building it like a business, that is not a bad idea as well. So depending on who you are, the stage you are in life, how much equity you have in the house, will determine what strategy will be best for you. So I just want to mention that, as more difficult when it comes to LLC. LLC is good to house your assets. It makes the paperwork complicated during closing, during escrow period, because now the as well as the LLC credential, and as well as the documents that connect both of you, just to make sure you are, supposed to be a signer on that loan. You are not just using someone else's business to get a loan. And the process more complicated than usual. So that is something to be aware of. If you don't care, you still feel like, oh, that is what the strategy that works for you, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. But I'm just that LLC makes things a little bit more complicated when you are going through escrow and lending. That is not an excuse not to use LLC, or that is not an excuse to use LLC. It's going to be your investment strategy requirements to buy real estate. So don't let LLC be your excuse that, oh, I don't have they said you have to have LLC before you buy real estate. Nobody says that, that is not our point here. We are just explaining the pros and the cons of buying real estate with LLC. So get out of the mind of uh yeah, I have to have LLC before I can buy an asset. No, that is not true. That is actually a false statement. So those are the two disadvantage that I've seen so far from my experience. To do that, those ones.
Thank you, Ahmed. I still want to apologize to our audience. We are still having the glitches. You can see our video is the quality is kind of poor today. We really apologize, and we'll work on that
Yeah.
for next week. So Ahmed, he had added to what I've talked about LLC. We are here to talk about the pros and the cons. LLC isn't a reason, or it shouldn't be any reason why you won't do real estate investment. You can do your investment, and after that, you did your um warranty, like your you did your name, your title, you did it to your LLC after you have acquired the property. Do it right. Talk to a real estate attorney, talk to a title company. That way you don't run into problem that I may just mentioned. It is real. If it's not done right, it's possible. We don't it's not something that is common, but it's something that the bank can actually, or the mortgage company can trigger the clause. So we recommend you talk to an expert on that when you're ready to transfer your title. um, LLC, like he had mentioned, it is a good strategy to kind of help you take some liability off your name. Now, Ahmed mentioned something about that, but I want us to dive into that a little bit more. You having an LLC does not necessarily protect you 100%. So, and there are different ways to make it even better than that, like to increase that protection. Of course, we're not a title lawyer or a real estate attorney, so we don't want to really go deep into that. But just keep in mind that if you want more protection, there are different ways out there that a real estate attorney or asset protection company will help you, and they're gonna you know guide you throughout the process. Of course, they might charge you, but you'll be in a better shape after going through the process. It gives you, excuse me, it gives you more protection. Just the fact that I say LLC is just very limited, and a lot of people can break that code with you just having an LLC. Okay. Um, so we are not gonna, my today I want to focus more on the taxes, because when you have an LLC, it helps. You have your EIN number. To the IRS, you are a business, you know, entity or a company. You have all the code to file losses, genuine losses. Of course, we don't preach anything illegal here. Genuine losses, expenses. You know, we you have the opportunity to write off your taxes. If I want to use another word, to write off your taxes, and you are able to update your business with the state of Indiana. We are in Indiana, but with the state, wherever state you are able to update your business. What is going on with your business? If you change name or anything, because that business is essentially you, in that, like, you are the one that operate the business, but you choose not to put your name because you want to protect your company and protect yourself and your family. So that LLC is like the protection. That's what people see. That is your company. So it gives you that professional look. It helps with your taxes because you're able to write off, for example, if you have a car, business car, um, especially when it's more than 6,000 pounds, you can write everything off the first year. If you like, you can write it off within 6 years. You can do bonus depreciation. All this tax code, you cannot do it with your own personal name. Like, without registering your business, you cannot get those code. You know, so tax benefit is the biggest on my side, because, like we said, it's just help your business to be business in the eye of the law. In the state, the IRS also, they recognize as a business. You have your EIN number, right? What you need to write off, you you are free. You when you have an ILC, you have the opportunity to do that, compared to just you alone or in your personal name. um so, Ahmed, what can people do if they want this LLC, and they don't have like money to call lawyer or anything? Is this something they can do online, or go to the state office, or what do you think they can do?
Can you repeat the question? The glitch is still going on. Kindly
Yeah,
repeat that.
yeah, we are. Yeah, sorry, we apologize. Really, audience, this is very crazy. We didn't see this coming. We'll be better next week, hopefully. So I was asking, let's say somebody wants to, do a business, and that person does not have money to call a real estate attorney, and he or she wants to register an LLC. How easy it is for someone to get an LLC, or do they have to just save up money and look for a lawyer to do a LLC?
Um, honestly, I still cannot
Yeah.
hear the question, but I think is that your question?
Yeah, my question is that how easy can somebody just file LLC online individually, like without calling a real estate
Yeah.
attorney? Can you just do LLC yourself?
Oh yeah. So to get hands to get an LLC, it really depends. Sorry to talk over you there. It really depends because you can actually open and create an LLC yourself by just going to IRS website, file for your EIN number. Then when you get that EIN number, you can file for your business name, create a business on your website on your state's website, and when you get that, you can then you know start creating operational agreements and all the other things that comes with having an LLC and using it to buy real estate, and then that is it. However, I personally would strongly advise that you use an expert to create your LLC. So if I've not done my LLC right during, you know, asset purchase, you're probably going to run into some issues, some documentations that you have no idea of it, and the lender are going to be requiring it. So talking to a lawyer, it might be a couple of $100 more, maybe $100 or $200 more. But talking to all these attorneys will be a good step, especially if, as a newbie, you don't really know what you need until you finally talk to an expert that can say, "Oh, you need this, you need that." I'll be like, "Oh, what's that for?" And they explain it to you, and you be like, "Oh, that is it." Then add it to my LLC. So I will personally advise that you use an attorney. Maybe if you are doing it yourself, it might be like $100, but if you are using an attorney, it might be $300. So don't use $200 to fight to put yourself in a situation where you'll be spending $10,000 or $20,000. So you be smart by just spending little. That will end up uh protecting you, or maybe saving you from making some little mistake down the line, because now you are leveraging someone else's experience to build your own empire. So that is what I personally will recommend. uh Really quickly, I want to jump on, if right now is not the right time, maybe you assess your situation and right now is not the right time to get an LLC at the level that you are, that is fine. That is like 100% okay. But what I always tell people in this situation is, make sure you get an insurance that cover you in case of an accident. Accident is unexpected occurrence, right? Something you don't plan for. get an insurance that covers you, because guess what we are getting LLC for? We are trying to protect our assets, right? Insurance can do that for you as well if you have the right insurance. So don't try to cut corners. You don't want to do LLC and now you don't want to do insurance. So try to get an insurance that. So I just run into a situation recently. Uh, I tried to purchase an insurance for 195,000. When they I was able to bought that insurance, and I pay upfront for a year. And when they reevaluate the property I'm putting the insurance on, they say if anything happens to that house today, they will need to have 300,000 to rebuild that property. That I need to protect it with that 300,000. That means I will be paying extra 70 something dollars a month. Guess what I did? I can just tell them like, hey, if anything happens, don't worry about it. 190 is all I want from you. But I went ahead and do what? Make sure I get that 300,000 plus coverage, because you want to make sure your investment is, cannot easily be just swayed away by an accident and an unplanned occurrence. So insurance is a big thing that can that can help you in situation whereby you don't plan for, and you don't have LLC going for you, maybe a lawsuit. If you have a great coverage, that cover your expenses during lawsuit, that might save you tons of money. And these are just extra little, less than $100 a month. Another thing is leverage. So if someone wants to sue you, and you are the direct owner of the property is on your name. If you have higher leverage on that property, guess what the attorney is going to tell the person that is trying to sue you? Is probably going to tell them like, hey, if we sue this guy, we are not going to get much more from him, because guess what? There's no equity in the house. You don't have equity sitting there and there. Even if the judgment is to sell the house and pay them $200,000, you don't have $200,000, because even this house worth 200,000, your equity there is just 20,000. So if they sell the house, the bank is going to take 180, then 20,000. So I'm not recommending this strategy, because it can lead to another problem. Higher leverage can cause another problem. But these are just a suggestion of ways you can protect yourself if you don't have LLC going for you. So should you get an LLC? Should you not get an LLC? I don't know. My answer will be talk to your real estate attorney and talk to your CPA. Those are experts that can assess your situation and tell you categorically if you need one, or maybe you can just hold on for another year or two, and they're probably going to give you more better advice, because real estate is very very it's the growth in real estate is exponential, right? It's not linear, like, oh, I buy one today and tomorrow. By the time you buy one today, you buy another tomorrow, now it's two. You're gonna see the magic, like, oh shit, this is how much money that is coming in from me. Next thing is you're gonna be shooting for two, three, four. You buy two, three, four, now it's five. You see how quickly it's compounding. So before you know it, it's gonna get you're gonna have 10, 15 doors. And that is why we advise you talk to your real estate expert, like the real estate attorney and the CPA, because they can easily assess your investment and how aggressive you are towards your investment and how exponential your growth is. They can easily advise you based on that, and you can easily be protected on all of your assets. So um like I mentioned, should you get an LLC before you buy real estate, or should you not? My answer is talk to your real estate attorney. That is the easiest answer. But you know, it is the truth, right? Because everybody's situation is different. Having one property, two property, should you be starting up with an LLC? It depends on you. So that is why we always advise to talk to experts, engage people that can actually assess your situation and advise you over, and they know what is like, the regulations and all other things are. Ibrahim, the system froze up. I just want to make sure you can hear me.
I can hear you clearly. I can see this is very frozen now. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
it's
We
it's
really
really weird
apologize.
today.
Yeah, we really
Yep.
apologize for this glitches. So I was joking earlier. This is not the iNet glitch. We can explain this. It's the internet. Um, so
So
Ahmed, thanks so much. I mean, you have gave us a lot of knowledge here, and I'm sure our audience they are liking it and they are taking notes. LLC is great. It's good for your business. You know, it's flexible. You can choose to file it as a C corp, S corp. You can easily change your LLC to partnership. LLC is like a flexible middle asset protection that can easily sway to any angle you want it to. It's very flexible. It's good for your taxes. It opens
yeah,
the door for
very very
tax
flexible.
codes. It opens the door for tax codes because, like I mentioned earlier, you cannot individually say you want to file for bonus depreciation, file for um, what else again? Like depreciating your asset continuously. You cannot easily um, get like a car write off without having an LLC. When you have an LLC, it just open those codes for you, and because the government sees you as a business, entity, a company, so all the business codes it's readily available for you because you are a small LLC company. It does not prevent you from getting all these business codes. As long as you have such expenses, you can write it off just like as any other corporation, LLC or other kind of business can write their code, their expenses off. You can also do that. So it is a good business asset protection. Um, so Ahmed, Ahmed,
Yeah, let me. Yeah, can you hear me, Ibrahim?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I want to mention this. You mentioned it earlier, so I jotted it down. But when I was talking earlier, I forgot about it again. Really quickly, guys. LLC, why it's advisable, it's not a total bulletproof. There is way people can still get to you. So please and please, when if you decide you want to go with an LLC, ensure that you set it up properly. Set it up properly and make sure you set it up at the right location. Don't be investing in Indiana and go and set up your LLC in New York. New York law is different from Indiana state law. So that is a problem that I've seen a lot of people run into. And why do we even try to talk about this on a real estate podcast? Is because real estate is like where 99% of the people that build their millions from ground up do it. It's a tested vehicle, investment vehicle. So if you are investing because you want to build a financial freedom for yourself, why there are money vulture out there? Some people that it's easy for them to grab your money than to build their home. So you need to ensure that you set the LLC up properly and at the right location to be able to make it easy if, in case of any issue rise up in the future, it will be easy for you to avoid all these voucher and put them in their place. you know if you are just being regular, nobody will come for you, nobody will come for your money. But the minute you build something great for yourself, a lot of people, all these people want a pieces of it too. They want to have a bite, or a lot of people will even come for everything. Nobody wants to destroy what you spend time to build. So I greatly advise that to avoid all this money voucher out there, make sure you set up your LLC the right way, which is why I always advise use a real estate attorney. It's just going to cost a few $100 more, but it's totally worth it. Believe me, it's totally worth it. And make sure if you are investing in Indiana, have an Indiana LLC set up. If you are investing in North Carolina, make sure you are using North Carolina LLC. It's easy to set up, and at the end of the day, it's easy to modify to whatever you want it to be. Let's say tomorrow you want to put your LLC in the holding company, it's easy to do it. So Ibrahim, we don't have any question. Do you have any final words before we wrap up for today? Ibrahim, are you there? Can you hear me? It looks like you're muted.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear
Yes, I
me?
can hear you now.
Okay, I apologize. So by next week,
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
yeah, by next week, video will be better than this. We are so sorry, guys. So I just want to say, you got this. You can do it. You don't have to have LLC to get started. Just go ahead, get started. The LLC will be, I mean, your business will be fine. Just as soon as you have that opportunity, get a real estate attorney. Try to deed your property to your LLC. It will, first of all, it might be on your name, which is fine. We don't want you to get stuck and be thinking you have to do LLC first before you take action. Go ahead and do it. And I can give you an example. I just did my property to my LLC. I was doing it without LLC, and though I'm taking risk, but every business is risky. To be successful in life, you have to take a risk. So don't say,
Yep.
oh, you have to wait until you know. Don't do that. Every business come with risk. So we want you to go ahead and get started, but you'll be fine. And when things get better, or when you have that opportunity, did it to your LLC. Ahmed, I think today our video is not really it has not been stable. It's off and on. We apologize, guys. Because of that, I'm feeling like we need to get off today quicker than you know uh, than 9 p.m. It's up to you, but I feel like our audience will forgive us, and they can't wait to join us next week, because we'll come back with a better video. So
Yeah. So for me today, I will say, start where you are. I am a fan of start where you are. Don't compare yourself with anybody. You are building something great for you, not for anybody. So don't be like, oh, I want to, be doing podcasts like Ahmed or Ibrahim. If that is actually your passion, go for it. But start where you are. Don't try to, without crawling or walking, just start flying. It doesn't happen that way. There's a reason why the little kids that our kids walk first. There's a reason why they crawl first before they walk, and they walk before they can jump, right? So start where you are. Don't compare yourself with everybody. Everybody journey is going to be different. Somebody that haven't thought of real estate right now might jump into it tomorrow and buy 20 units, buy 100 units, maybe because he's in a better financial position than me. So ensure you start where you are, you know keep pushing by even being on this podcast. You are doing the right thing by being on this podcast today. So without further delay, Ibrahim, if people want to reach out to you, where can they reach out to you at?
They can check me on Instagram, DM me. So go to Instagram, look for Ibrahim the Realtor, or if you want to go to my business page, IB Realtors. You can DM me or give me a call,
All right.
317-728-0213.
So
So Ahmed, how can they reach out to you?
yeah. So to reach me, you can reach me on official Ahmed Lawal, all written together, official Ahmed Lawal. Or you can reach out to me on man like HM, but that is my personal page. If you want to talk real estate, you have any questions or you have anything that you want to discuss, reach out to me on official Ahmed Lawal, and I will answer any of your questions. Give you a call. We can connect, have coffee, dinner, and all that. So that will be all for today. Thank you all for joining. We really, really appreciate you and we really apologize for this glitch. It is not planned. We still have to make it happen. Show must go on. Show must continue, right? So that is why we have to push through. But this is technology, right? It can fail anytime. So, Ibrahim, if there's no other thing, let's wrap it.
Yep, let's wrap up. Have a good one, guys.